All right. We are back. Finally returning after a nice trip, nice little vacation with the family. So now we're back, ready to get going on some more star technology. Pretty excited for it. So, as you can see, some things have changed once again between the last stream and now. I've started adding a couple monitors in just so we can kind of keep track of some of the different fluids and gases and whatnot. Stuff that all kind of correlates to power and whatnot, as I've been keeping an eye on it. Big stuff like stone dust and some of the different gases like nitrobenzene and regular benzene and all that stuff. So we're slowly accumulating some good resources. Diamond for our lapidary dynamos. We were having a problem with oxygen, but that one's good now, so he can actually be cleared. And then these guys are also good, so we could probably clear them eventually here. I'm just gonna get a heartburn today. So, the other things that are new, we now have a large mixer, which is making us a whole bunch of molten ore mixture, which is great. We're sifting gravel, which is getting us a lot of the base 5 ores that we don't use a lot. Well, we use a lot, but we have a lot. I think you look at our system here, and we have over 100,000 of each. Little excessive in my mind. So, instead of waiting eons for our ore factory to catch up, I'm converting it into molten ore mixture to start getting us some of the other molten fluids. So, specifically tungstate, limonite, bauxite, stuff like that. So we can start getting into some of the higher end resources, like tungsten, titanium, blah, 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 blah. So I'd rather burn up some tin and copper and all that boring crap, so we can utilize that for some better resources. That does mean we need lots and lots and lots of lava. So maybe today we'll work on getting some more of that going. So, but yeah, we've got our large mixer. We have a centrifuge, which all it's really doing at the moment is converting air into oxygen and nitrogen. That's all it's really doing for us. So he's just sitting here. He's controlled by the system. We store nitrogen outside of the system, but we keep 15,000 buckets in there. But for this, I want at least 1,000 buckets of oxygen at any given time. So when we go look, right now we have 1,207 because other machines give it to us. But if all of a sudden we have a huge demand for oxygen, then the mixer can really quickly make us up a bunch more. Yeah, 15,000 buckets. Yeah, if you look at the nitrogen, it's a little under right now at 14,300. So, which is fine. Like, that's still a lot on hand. And then if we need, there's, yeah, 15 million millibuckets. Like, it's a ton of nitrogen. So, and we have another 7,000 buckets sitting here as well. So, when those two are filled, we'll have 16,000 more buckets of it just sitting around waiting. So, what this is doing is that if it exceeds 15,000 buckets within the ME system, it just dumps it in here. So, I figured we're going to have a lot of nitrogen, and I might switch the monitoring over to watch for nitrogen too, but right now, like, I switched it to that because we all of a sudden had no oxygen. 15 billion microbuckets. Now, how many nanobuckets would that be? 15 trillion? Who knows? So, in other news, we have fixed power. We are generating, you can see, I've seen a couple times where it's like 120, 130,000 FE going up. So we're charging the large on power right now. Now, obviously, the blast furnaces aren't running, and those three combined will consume like 100,000 RF per tick. But right now I'm trying to build up some good reserve before I start letting those guys go hog wild. So we'll get to how we're doing power in a second here, but the other things I wanted to mention. So we upgraded the ore processing factory. He's running a bit faster, so he can finally start doing some recipes in parallel and hopefully catch up, but I'm not very optimistic at the moment. I might have to get him running faster. The other thing that we're doing is we have four new distillation towers going. These guys are doing a few different things. So they're taking the charcoal byproducts, and he's turning it into the dimethyl benzene, wood tar, wood vinegar, and wood gas. And then those four, well, other than the dimethyl benzene, because that one's a little bit different, but the other three, the wood tar, wood vinegar, and wood gas, are also being turned into their own respective fluids, which works out good because now we have an extra source of benzene, which then we can turn into the nitrobenzene over there. So that's our 4 new distillation towers. This guy is sitting here. He's waiting at the moment because I need a better input bus for him. So that way we can start doing ender air so we can get into radon gas. But that one's kind of waiting. So, and then over here is where we're doing the monster big time power right now. I can't click on the rotors, but we can check those out. So these guys are currently using the Enderium rotors, which gives them a huge buff in their durability as well as their turbine efficiency. I made a mistake when I put these guys together. I'm like, oh, okay, so combined they're doing about 30,000 RF per tick. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Turns out these things were actually outputting more than the standard 1 amp of EV power. And the default dynamo is 1 amp. So I switched these out to 16 amp dynamos. Found out, oh no, they're actually producing 6 amps each for a combined 98,000 FE per tick. So I was actually for probably a good 6 hours running these guys at full jam, consuming all the same amount of fuel and everything, but they were so suffocated because of their dynamo hatches that we were actually losing like 60,000 FE per tick. So I got those guys changed out. They're all going into a converter. He's going into a plug and storing it back into the Flux network. So that fixed up that problem real quick for us. And now we're actually profiting in power for once. So now we actually have 12 billion FE just sitting around. And that guy will store up to 128 billion. So we got some serious power going on. And then watching the different fluid amounts. So these guys are running on the nitrobenzene right now, which is a combination of like hydrogen, diluted water, stuff like that. But the core components are the benzene, sulfuric acid, and nitric acid. So that's why we have them on the monitors here, so I can always kind of keep an eye on them. We're producing hydrogen automatically through methane, so that's good. So that's all completely passive. And then diluted water, or distilled water, sorry. Obviously, we're making that in by the thousands because a lot of our machines, especially the ore processing factory, uses it. So we've been cleaning that up all nicely, getting some good power. So I've been watching this nitrobenzene for a while now. And even with 2 steam turbines on it, we're not consuming that much power. So this should be pretty expandable without the need of a huge amount of extra work. We got a copious amount of benzene from this guy, which is our drilling rig. He's exhausted the oil supply in here, so he's slowed way down to 30 millibuckets a second. So it's definitely... Yeah, the bot's trying to get me to drink coffee. I don't know why. I don't like coffee, but, you know, it is what it is. So, but yeah, our natural source of the benzene comes from the heavy oil that we're getting, and then that goes through all these distillation towers, and that's kind of the core source between that and the fuel crackers. But now we have a backup source of benzene as well from wood tar, which works out great because downstairs in the pyrolysis oven, this is where he's making the charcoal byproducts and charcoal. We need the charcoal to have the steam engines running for create. So instead of it making more and more and more creosote, we've already got 37,000 buckets of creosote sitting around. We may as well use charcoal byproducts to produce a significantly better form of power, because those two steam turbines way outdo this entire portion of the create system. So we don't really need to push much harder on create at this point. We can just keep making more steam turbines, and these guys will way outperform on power. So I'm going to try the Enderium rotors out once they run out. I'm thinking I'm going to switch to Sodalite, I think. Let's take a look at it. It's the pink one. Let's see here. Twinite. No. Shellite, the purple one. These guys. Because they go up to 450% power and 220% efficiency. So with these guys, and their durability is a bit more, so they're actually a little bit better in all regards than Enderium, and we're making lots of Shellite, and it's pretty easy to make it, all things considering, but we need, it's our superconductor material once we get into Ivy, so we're going to have lots of Shellite kicking around, so I think those rotors might work out pretty good for us, but it's a pretty expandable system that should carry us pretty deep into the mid to late game, especially if we just focus on making the materials to keep these guys up and running. This nitrobenzene is pretty easy to make. Toby goes solar. I definitely could move them all up onto my roof up here or something, and it is a good idea, but I'm having fun playing around with the different create stuff. So that all the stuff relating to the machines, or to the turbines, is all made up here. So you can see this is where it's making the nitrobenzene. We got the this guy's making this stuff, the nitration mixture. So they all got their little jobs, and this, that, and the other thing what they're doing. So the nitric and sulfuric acid, and then yeah, these guys are just doing what they need to do to get the job done. Okay. So yeah, we get a few other things going on here down this line. So all those different molten ore mixtures, these are where they're all getting kind of processed. I've kind of come into the conclusion, originally I did this strictly for, which one was it? Tungstate, or tungstate? So I could start getting into tungsten, but I decided to let them do all of it, and I've quickly come into the realization that I really shouldn't be doing that. It's now that I got him making it, there's just too much of it. Like, we go look and we're backing up pretty bad on it, so we might have to expand that system. Maybe put in one row of machines per molten, but we'll get there. That's not a huge concern of mine at the moment. So, and then we got our other machines like normal. Our void extractor, he's doing his job, and our rock filtrators, they're busy cooking away at their jobs, doing what they need to do to get their things done. Too much. You can never have too much. I agree. Overkill is underrated. Everything should be just way over the top. So we added a 5th sifter in. Right now he's focusing again on getting us diamonds. That's our other source of power. I can show you guys that here real quick. So we have more lapidary dynamos now. They're all working together. So these guys are burning through diamonds pretty quickly, but if you look at our diamonds, we're definitely not hurting for them and still profiting. We're making more diamonds than we're consuming, so we could very easily add more lapidary dynamos, which is not bad considering it's almost 10,000 RF per tick per dynamo. So they definitely punch in a ton of power. So happy with those guys. Yeah, you can see this is where we're making hydrogen and then getting carbon dioxide as a byproduct, which we have a fair bit of that. I don't know what's giving us all this carbon monoxide right now. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is we have way too much of it. No, liquid nether air, wood gas. Wood gas is producing a little bit of that. It could be from this process here, trying to make the titanium tetrachloride. That's probably where a good portion of the carbon monoxide is coming from, because we are processing a fair bit of that. If we look at titanium, yeah, we still have 380 ingots, and, well, you've seen there's been a fair bit of pink machines kicking around here. And a lot of these distillation towers, when you go look at some of them, let's see here. Yeah, these guys are all EV output hatches. That one's an EV input hatch. We have to switch him to an IV input hatch, because distillation towers are kind of dumb. They can only take one input hatch. They can't do multiple, which means I need one input hatch that can hold at least 200 buckets, because we need, for the ender air, which we have a lot of it, we need to put it in a distillation tower, because 200 buckets makes us 1 bucket of radon, which is atrocious. Especially considering most of that is going to turn into nitrogen dioxide, which we don't need. So, yeah, we'll have to probably start either voiding or doing something with that nitrogen dioxide. We could start using that towards our nitric acid, but nah. There's so much easier ways. Actually, I might do that. Throw it through an electrolyzer and convert it into nitrogen and oxygen. That might be not a bad source. But yeah, I want to start doing that because I'd like to get access to radon. Because that's where our limitation is. We need these EV emitters, which need quantum eyes. And in order, then, because I need stuff like the laser engraver, the circuit assembler. I wouldn't mind an ME assembler, and quite frankly, some of the mystical stuff, like the greenhouse and the essence burners. Like, I wouldn't mind some of those machines. Have a good one, Toby. Thanks for hanging out. Much appreciated. Hopefully we'll connect with you later on after the stream. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting into some radon. The other nice thing is, when it comes to radon, we'll just put this crap away here, all these ashes. When we look at... which one is it? Yeah, we want the quantum eye. We want him. Yeah, when we start getting into the mystical greenhouse, this lets us start getting better resources that are locked behind EV, which would be great. Then we can start turning, like, rubies straight into titanium, or, you know, we can start getting access. Blaze essence, we can turn that straight into blaze rods, which then we can use for whatever we want, you know, that kind of stuff. So, a lot of them are locked behind EV, so it'd be nice to get into EV. So that's why we need the radon gas. So unfortunately, I was hoping to get into the EV level stuff, but I'm starting to think we might have to tear apart this and kind of tier skip right into IV. Which isn't the worst thing, because we can make IV circuits. That is 100% something we can do. Like, we don't want to make 100 of them. That's crazy talk. But we can do it. Since we're getting so much power right now, I want this guy to start working on aluminum. He can make one every 2 seconds. That's pretty dang good if you ask me. In fact, we'll get him working on aluminum as well. And you are currently being preoccupied here with the titanium tetrachloride. And I'm betting... oops. It's stuck. Again. Just gotta figure out which machine it is. I can never remember which machine is the one... yeah, see, you got stuck again. Because we need... oh, what kind of dust is it? It's a red dust. No, right there. Rutile. It's rutile dust. We can't get it super consistently. A lot of it is based off a percentile chance that we can get it. But he needs to combine them. Export using round robin, random, yeah. It'd be nice if I could specify saying, hey, only keep ever, like, one stock ever. Oh, do we not have a lot of chlorine gas? Maybe we need an acceleration car. No, we got a fair bit of chlorine. Let's just grab him an acceleration card, why don't we? That should help pick up the pace a little bit. We have copious amounts of carbon dust. But yeah, we're doing this mixture, the chlorine, the carbon, and the rutile, because we're trying to make the titanium tetrachloride. One of the two. We're trying to make that because that's how we get our titanium ingots. But now I need to start worrying about tungsten. There, so let them go passive. You'll see he takes a bucket. He takes some magnesium chloride dust, well, or magnesium, and then mixes it with the titanium tetrachloride fluid, and that creates a hot titanium ingot. It sucks it up top, and then puts it in the vacuum freezer, and yeah, away they go. So I bet you now that they're running, yeah, see, now our power is going into the negatives. So we can't right now afford to keep those blast furnaces running all the time. Well, actually, as long as we sleep, for the most part, it seems like it can just barely keep up. That works for me. I'll take that as a win. Got a few quests done, which I'm happy about that. Distilling liquid air. Yeah, once the different liquid airs, which is fine. Whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, this is kind of the direction we need to go, is this corner. Because then we can start getting into nether stars and all that stuff. But the big thing is we need the circuit assembler. Because I want to start making stuff like LUV tier circuits or other circuits that are cheaper. So I think what's going to end up happening is this room here, this one's been an absolute nightmare. But he'll probably get tier skip as much quickly as I can from EV to IV machines. All the machines are going to start turning blue. Should be kind of funny. Yeah, we got that. We've already got oil crackers. What are you talking about? I'm not making another cracker for that. Well, whatever. We can always pick one of those up or when we move bases or whatever. So, let's check our coin. Yeah, we're at 114 coins. So we're doing pretty good. I guess we could teach it how to make this. Oh, we can make that. Tantalum foil, that'll make 24 at a time. Yeah, I kind of like that one better. Because that's just a matter of adding another recipe. Oh yeah, assembler. Yes? Yes. Should take these pink machines. We put the SMD components. I'm starting to run out of space in my assemblers. And then we need to do a bender. Throw that foil in there. And now we're trying to make an SMD capacitor. Start making, please. And then we can finally submit that quest. And then we're good on that. There they go. Just like that. That's 24 of them. So I love SMD components. They're so cheap. Like, it's expensive materials, but now that we can bulk produce those expensive materials, it's honestly not that bad. Yeah, we've already read about throughput boosting. That's fine. Not... We've already technically read about that. I don't think we need to make that. No, I don't really want to make that right now. We can mess around with that later. Okay. Hardened industrial furnace. Boosted electric blast furnace. Is that what that is? EV sensor, more quantumized. Okay. Not quite ready. So what's... Yeah, that's the other one. Uranium-238. I really don't know a good way of getting... Well, that's plutonium. I think at this point we're going to have to start looking at nuclear... No, because that comes from uranium. Uranium, triplanium, uranium. It's all uranium. Depleted uranium hexafluoride. That sounds tasty. That's probably where we need it from. Where does one get crushed plutonium? Raw plutonium. Oh, good. Thorium. We have thorium, and lots of it. Can we make a nuclear reactor? Let's see. HV emitter, that's not bad. Tungsten carbide, HLSA steel, and titanium carbide. Oh, good. More titanium. Well, that's not too bad. How are we doing for that? We could make up some of that. I don't mind doing that. Let's see. Titanium. Carbon. Let's throw that in there. He can quickly chew that down to titanium dust. And then let's grab our mixer. And let's not put that there. Probably need you on circuit type 1? No. Unimixer 3. There we go. Okay, so that'll make us titanium carbide. HLSA. Let's look at that. HLSA steel dust. Titanium, vanadium, invar, molybdenum. Okay. Let's do that. Let's hover a mouse there. Vanadium. How do we make just straight vanadium? Vanadium steel, no. Vanadium magnetite dust in a centrifuge of all things. Let's see, I bet you... No, because he's busy. He's a busy bee. That's a fluid solidifier. You know, other than... Well, no, technically we can. We could teach it to make all these dusts for us. Or I could just not be lazy and just do it. Okay. Then we need invar. Oh, good. Wrong panel. Alright, so that's going to be half. So if we look at this. Oops. Half a stack, half a stack. Half a stack, and one stack. So just need the molybdenum. Which, surprisingly, we have a fair bit of that. Let's crush down... Oops. Another... half a stack. Should have just did a full stack, but, you know, it's okay. That base reader is so fast. Okay, got all that. That mixer is going to be busy, but I made a mistake earlier. And we have lots of mixers. Okay. HV, you've got power. Why don't mixer? Yeah, mixer. Titanium. Oh, I forgot to put that through the centrifuge. Do I have... I do. Look at that. Look at me go. You'd think it's because I was prepared for today, but it's not. I feel like I made... Oh, yeah, that's the raw resource. That's why we have so much of it. Oh. Let's run another. I thought it was... For some reason, I thought it was going to be a 1-to-1. Okay. There's our vanadium. Let's throw that in there. So now he's going to start making our HSLA steel. That's great. And then tungsten carbide. Which we have lots of tungsten carbide. Okay, let's start teaching it how to make some crap, why don't we? Soldering alloy. Okay, you should know how to make pretty much everything except that. And that's going to be in an assembler as well. We have those 3 things. Oops. We know that's going to be in an assembler. That's going to be in a lathe. Okay. That should be enough to teach you how to make those HLSA ingots. That's going to be in a bender. Titanium. We'll just manually make the ingots. I don't like automating the blast furnace. I know I can. I just don't like to. Okay, let's quickly fill up that one slot. The other 2 can go into there. And then we just have the one rod to do right there. So I can already tell just by the amount of rows here that extruder is going to need an upgrade right away here. Okay. So if I tell it to make a reactor, it's just missing the titanium carbide and the HSLA, but it knows what to do for everything else. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I love that. Okay, let's remove the aluminum. We're gonna take all that out. Let's see how we're doing. 1,100 ingots. That's pretty dang good. Okay. You want either helium or nothing. You're gonna get nothing. I hate to do it, but it's only 25 seconds, so I think we'll survive. So do a stack of you. Switch you to 1. We're gonna do a stack of you. So that's 6 and 25. He doesn't make a hot ingot variant, but he does. Which is fine. That's okay. We'll just go into our system. Find the hot ingots. And drag him there. And he'll start making the titanium carbide. Let's go check it out. Look at that. Titanium carbide. Okay. So let's look at the reactor super compact heating chamber. Yeah, we're not getting into that. So it is going to need a fair bit of this. And that's fine. That's fine. Okay. So let's start looking at everything. Let's put you in there. Heat vent. Heat vent. Okay. Laminated glass. We should already know how to make that one. Tungsten steel pipe casing. Our typical inputs and outputs. Dynamo, auto maintenance hatch. The usual suspects. Okay. We should have enough by now. Let's see if we can make... We can make the reactor. Okay. So we'll get him going on that. Let's look at the laminated glass. I think it said we needed 12 for that. 12. Okay. We need 3 of these. Okay, so we need more tungsten steel ingots. We don't have very much of them. Which is literally tungsten and steel. Let's grab that in there. It'd be nice if that macerator was just a little quicker. I know I shouldn't be wishing for the craziness, but it'd be nice. Okay. Let's just grab another mixer. You know what? And we may as well just tell them to output. Why not? Doesn't hurt. Those guys can all go in there. Okay, tungsten steel. Let's just go take a quick look at that real quick. Tungsten steel, circuit type 1. In fact, I'll set you to circuit type 1 and you guys can work together. And then let's look it up here. I think it said it only needed 4 ingots. So we'll see if we can get him to switch real quick. Yep. There. Now those guys will work through that. He should already know what to do. So that should be fine there. It'd be nice to automate it, but at the same time I might just say, hey, go make 64 of this dust, and then just automatically export it in and make it do its job. Something like that. We'll see. Yeah, I can see now. It's kind of bouncing a little bit more up and down. I'd do solar if I was going to change my day counter, so the day cycle stops. But I really like knowing. Like, we're on day 562. So that's pretty good, if you ask me. Okay. Still missing 2. I saw it went up to 34, so we should be able to do him right away. We're going to probably need more tungsten. We'll see. 67 high temperature. Let's just type in 67 and see if it has a freakout. So it needs 2 stacks of you. And you should have enough. Which is fine by me. We can make more. Tungsten, which is carbon, and titanium. So why don't we teach it how to make that real quick? Titanium carbide. Thank you. And to make that, you're just going to do that in a macerator. And let's look up a mixer. You can do that. You should be able to grind that. Yeah, that's ULV. Okay. So now we should be able to do carbide, please. Whoops. Make me 128. How are we doing? 310 titanium. That's fine, because every time he blinks, that's another titanium going through the system. And our vacuum freezer is keeping up for the most part. So that's fine. It is what it is. It's going to take it a minute. But that is okay by me. Then why don't we say if you ever get that dust, or you ever get that dust, to just go ahead, start putting it in the system and smelt it. We'll kind of split them up a little evenly. So that'll be doing a little bit of smelting. That's going to be doing a bit of crafting. He's probably still working on something. All says available. Let's go check that assembler. There, he just finished it. Okay, so it's just a long recipe. Sometimes you get a little nervous. Okay, there's our nuclear reactor. That's great. We've already got that. What else are your dependency? Oh, yeah. We have to finish all that. We have polyvinyl acetate. Let's just make one bucket of that, please. And then we'll just grab a bucket, because I started kind of doing it here. So we'll let him just slowly work on making a bucket. Hopefully that doesn't mess it up. It's kind of expensive. Vinyl acetate. Ooh, we might actually be able to start making that a little better. Acetic acid, ethylene, and oxygen. Yeah, we're gonna take that one out and start making a whole new recipe for that. The polyvinyl acetate. Oh, we've already taught it how to make vinyl acetate using oxygen, acetic acid, and ethylene. So it's just this one, the polyvinyl acetate, we have to reteach. Wait, what? Oops. Let's not do that. Okay, let's grab a bucket of that so he's happy. Oh, I think I did that because vinyl acetate was kind of expensive at the time. So I was using a bit of the titanium tetrafluoride to do that. Okay, well, we should have that quest done now. Let's grab... Let's make a... Oops. Let's make a bucket of you. That should be a quick one for it. And then... we just need you. And then as soon as he's done making that bucket... should be able to take him. And there he is. There we go. Okay. Polyvinyl butyrol. BUT. Please make me one bucket of that. I don't even know what on earth I was using to make that. Oh, probably to make you. Oh, probably, yeah, this is another... you probably crafted it into a block, put it through a cutter. Yeah, and that's how we make laminated glass. So it's literally doing all of that down here. So yeah, he'll be a little busy. That's probably why he's taking so long to do those. Because he's literally using the same recipe. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, there's our bucket of that. Okay. We got that. Check that off. Perfect. Okay, so now if we go into here, all that styrene butadiene. Do we have that? No. That's fine. That's just another off quest. It's currently working on laminated glass. We'll just put that back in there. And then the industrial barrel. Which I'll just go grab. I don't care. Oh no, I'm gonna lose one cobblestone. Give me that back. Thank you. And you're gonna do magmatic. You should be fine. There, I heard it kick off. She's gone now. There we go. There's like a whole bunch more StarTech coins. It's all stuff we've already done. It's just the quest book. It's these buckets because they have check marks in them. That is the worst. So annoying. Okay. Distilling liquid air. Do we have any nether air? No, of course not. But that's okay. We do you, air essence. Yeah, see, this is the problem. This is why I want the essence burner. EV. Ender air, nether air. We can literally turn air essence straight into that air. So easy. But that's okay. We'll get there. A gas that will be used a lot for quantum eyes and stars. We highly recommend setting radon loop up when you can, even if you have ender air distillation. Yeah, which is what we're trying to do. Let's dump all that crap in there. Throw those buckets in there. Let's get the glass. Laminated glass. Can go in with the nuclear reactor. Those guys are going to be chugging along for a little while here. Power's perfectly fine. I'm so paranoid about power. Oh, yeah. We should be able to do 3 of you now. So you guys can work on that. Laminated glass is done. Heat vents. Oh, of course they're bloody expensive. Titanium, or tantalum carbide. I mean, yes, tantalum and carbon. There we go. Yeah, tantalum and carbon. Man, am I good. Let's do a bit of that. I know I don't like using tantalum a lot, because we don't get a lot of it right now, but still need it. Okay. Let's see. You don't have a circuit type, so you guys can literally just chill out in there. And then I'm betting that's a blast furnace recipe. Sure is. Oh, look at that. RTM alloy at EV. We can't even smelt that. Okay, so that's going to put the nuclear reactor on pause for a little bit. Let's see. What of this do you know how to make? Liquid nichrome, that we can teach you. So let's remove all that. You need to worry about these 3. Let's put you in my big fancy assembler. I wouldn't be surprised if you needed, yep, EV. Okay, liquid nichrome. What do we have for nichrome? Actually, not bad. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, liquid nichrome. That's just part scraping. Okay. That's pretty simple. And you can do it at high voltage. Perfect. That works out great. Okay. Now the big problem. RTM. Because we don't have ruthenium. Macerator, carbon, inert metal mixture, and sulfuric acid. We do have some inert metal mixture. Where are we getting that from? The platinum group line, of course. Okay. How are we doing for aqua regia? We're actually doing not too bad. Oops. What we're gonna do, we're gonna unlock him. We're gonna do that. Okay. I'll put that back. So, to do him, we need platinum group sludge, and we are getting that from pentallidite and nitric acid. Hey, it's Matrix. How's it going, Matrix? Long time no see. Hopefully you've been doing good. Nice of you to stop by. Okay, so we need a centrifuge. Oops. I did notice. With the YT, does that mean you're doing some YouTube content? Look at that. We have a centrifuge right here that's not currently doing anything. Okay. Do that on round robin. Oh, wow. Congratulations. That is awesome. I love to see success on YouTube. What kind of content do you do? Do you Minecraft stuff? Other games? Or not even gaming? Who knows? Alright, we'll have to keep an eye on that. I do Minecraft roleplays and funny stuff across games. Awesome. I'm assuming your YouTube channel is probably the same as your Twitch name? If so, then after stream, I'm definitely going to swing by and check it out. Okay. So the inert metal mixture, we have to then mix with the sulfuric acid, and that's going to give us the... My YouTube is Matrix Stories YT. Perfect. Excellent. Then after stream, I will definitely come by and check it out. I look forward to it. Okay. We have copious amounts of sulfuric acid. That is good. We just need to do the inert metal mixture, and all of that goes into chemical reactor. We have a spare chemical reactor not doing anything. That's an autoclave, mixer, centrifuge. Does not look like it right now. Friends have made a collab with them for their stuff because I'm a fun guy to hang around with. That's awesome. You are a fun guy. We always enjoy having you in chat, both me and Leg. It's always a good time. And collabs are honestly the most fun. It's fun doing some solo stuff. I definitely enjoy it. But I think I get more laughing entertainment and joy out of doing the collab streams. Those are always just so much fun. Okay. Aqua regias, that's easy to make. That's hydrochloric and nitric, and I think we've got absolutely insane amounts of hydrochloric. It's hydrofluoric that I have problems with. Okay, so we need chemical reactor. Could do that. Let's go check out our power lines in space here. Looks like everybody's kind of full. What are you working on? Oh, you finished that. So actually, you're available. So you're going to do our inert metal mixture and the sulfur. There. And then he should switch. Yeah. So he'll kind of even them out and do that. That's easy. And then down over, where is it, this centrifuge, he's going to work on more platinum group stuff. Okay. So then, after that, then we need the ruthenium tetra blah 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 in another chemical reactor, and that'll make the ruthenium dust and carbon dioxide, which is a horrible return rate. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we don't have a lot of platinum group sludge. On this Mac, I'm sitting at 229 FPS, and that's with Minecraft now on my new monitor, which is running with HDR and everything. Basically, the frame rate across the board's always been great. So I don't know what was with that deceased craft pack. That thing really did not like the frame rate. Like, it was really bad. Okay. So you're 5. So yeah, basically every 6 inert. Oh, that's... Yeah, G-Sync. It's got the AMD's FreeSync. It's an MSI OLED monitor. I wanted to give OLED a try. So it's got the full HDR and everything. It was on a wicked sale over Christmas, so I thought I'd pick it up. I bought it online through Amazon, and it took, for some reason, a month to ship it. But once I finally got it, it's absolutely crazy. Like, the coloring on this monitor is absolutely incredible. I wish Twitch could stream in HDR content, because it's just amazing. Like, it's pure blacks, which I absolutely love. Like, what it looks like my arm, the monitor's turned off, or the mini map is turned off. And when you watch HDR content on YouTube, it's just the coloring is mind-blowing. So yeah, OLED is awesome. I'm pretty happy with how this monitor looks. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is burn-in, because OLED is really known for its burn-in. So that one I'm a little bit nervous on, but that's okay. Ruthenium, trinium, americium, neutronate dust. I don't think we're going to be getting our hands on that anytime soon. So I'm pretty sure right now, until we can get the chemical line reproduction and start doing it this way, that's... Yeah, the nice thing about it is this monitor has built-in things that it does, and I've seen it do it a couple times now, where it'll do like a pixel shifting thing, and for like 5-10 minutes the monitor can't be used, but it like does a whole kind of pixel refresh. And I have seen, especially with my hotbar down below, I've seen, like, I'm super finicky on it. I thought it was ghosting a little bit, but I could be wrong because it did the pixel shifting and I was staring at it for a good 10 minutes and could not see anything. So even if it did have a little bit of ghosting, whatever magic sorcery they do for the pixel cleaning totally worked. It cleaned it right up. So, and that's assuming it even had it. Okay, carbon, yeah. Okay, so we need another chemical reactor. Let's look at our chemical reactors and just take a peek. Those ones I know are always busy. They can't do anything. Centrifuge, and that's the chemical reactor we just took. Oh. Wait, what? Inert? Oh, dang it. Can't do that on that one. Because that's a high voltage. We need an EV. Okay. Let's just have it make 2 of them. We'll just run it all at EV. It's fine. It's fine. I think soon, because we're kind of taking a break from Deceased Craft, I think right away here, we're, in the next little bit here, we're talking about doing a new series. It's another kind of zombie survival, but it's like this Jurassic Park themed mod pack that we found. And, might be doing a series on that one. I'm waiting to hear from Lag Monkey what he thinks and seeing what we're going to do in that regards, but it definitely looks like that would be a fun one to play. I'm going to use my 1080p smart TV as a monitor for my PC for now. Hey, I mean, that works. That totally works. For years, probably the first 10 years I had a computer, I was using a basic 1080p. Like you said, I don't even think mine was a smart TV. It was like some old TV. I think it came out of our trailer kind of thing. Like super cheap 1080p TV. And I used that for years and years and years. And it worked great. That monitor still works to this day. Not a lick of problems. Yeah, Hisense is... They honestly make good TVs. I have no complaints. Sure, they may not beat LG OLEDs or Samsung QLEDs or anything like that, but they look good. Nice and clean, good picture on them. They just work. In the famous words of Todd Howard, it just works. Oh yeah, they're great. Hennessy, or Hisense, sorry, and Haier. That's another brand. H-E-I... H-A-I-E-R? Yeah. Haier. Another really good brand. If you're looking for a TV that's not like oogles and oogles of money, you just want something that works, has great picture, it's enjoyable. Haiers are awesome. I have a... My TV is a Haier that's like over a decade old, and we still to this day, that's our preferred TV when it's like movie night. I don't use it as much anymore these days, but it's awesome. Awesome TV. Okay, how do we get more of the platinum sludge, group sludge? Okay, so it's basically boronite, sheldonite, or kaolite, light. There's one of them I know I've got a fair bit. Crushed, no. Yeah. Pentalidite, I think, is the one I was planning on using. Okay. So, I think that recipe works at high... Oh, it works at low voltage. Okay. So that reactor that we stopped using a minute ago... Which one was it? It was over here. Chemical reactor. Yeah, this guy. He's gonna do that. Okay, so that'll keep working on that. And then we can keep an eye on our nitric acid levels here, because that one I can't get too crazy with. Otherwise, our steam turbines over there are going to shut down. Okay. I did see our 2 chemical reactors are done, which is great. So let's take them up to the 3rd floor here. Let's grab 1 more piece of Enderium wire. Let's throw them there. Grab our wire cutters. Oh yeah. Let's grab some cable. Export bus. Let's grab another one of those. 2 import buses. Maybe a little bit on the second one. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so first things first, you're going to be the inert metal mixture. So that and sulfuric acid. Perfect. And then we're going to do the import buses. That'll be nice and easy. They'll just suck up everything. Okay. So those guys can keep going and doing their job. Now he'll be nice and happy. That takes care of that. Now, was it the chemical reactor? Yeah, another chemical reactor is the carbon and ruthenium, which he'll start making our ruthenium. We'll throw that and that in there. And then capacity, crafting, no. None of those cards are going to help me. Because it'll put in 2 stacks of carbon, and then it won't let the rest of the dust come in, which is going to drive me bonkers. Let's grab some acceleration cards. Let's get those guys crafting. And then he can start pulling that stuff out a little bit quicker. Yeah, see? It already got stuck. That's what drives me nuts about this. He's already stuck. So we might have to let him run for a while before we can start actually pushing this. And that's fine. I'm just glad to be doing something with that inert metal mixture. How do you spell it? Inert. I-N-E. Yeah, I think this is literally all we could do with it. Rhodium sulfate, which is just rhodium sulfur trioxide. What is rhodium used for? Ooh, rhodium starts getting into high-end stuff. Like armor. Oh my. Yeah, maybe we don't need to get into that kind of stuff, but it can sit there and crank away at it. And we'll process that down the road when we actually start needing. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Because that's our cue for what we're actually working on. Let's go down here. Yeah, this is what we're trying to make. And we're trying to make these wires. Okay. RTM. So this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to make this. So if we look, we still have a decent amount of molybdenum. It's not great, but we still have some. The other thing is tungsten, and then this ruthenium. We don't have a lot of that. So these machines will just have to sit there and wait. And let's see. Ruthenium, yeah, he can cook away. That's about the best way we can get that. How about you? I feel like we have to make that. Yeah, we have to make that. Can't just get that dust from something. So yeah, this is literally the only way we can make this. And if I remember correctly, RTM is used a fair bit down the road. Or is it only to make these coil blocks? Because wouldn't that be funny? It's just an EV wire. It's not even a superconducting wire. I mean, I guess it's used to make the brewery and the distillery at the elite level. So, it's used a bit, but other than that, we just need it for the RTM coils. For these guys, EBS. Which reminds me, we can pick this up. I had a grandiose idea and never did it. So we'll pick all that up. Because this wire's kind of expensive. And we'll throw all that in there. So, yeah, we'll let him run for a while, do his thing. We'll probably have to come back to the RTM stuff next stream, because that's probably going to take a few hours to run. What are you currently making? Nitric acid, you're just paused. That's fine. So we can always turn him back on when we need to. What we should do is make Aqua Regia. And that's just in a mixer. We have a mixer that's free. I'm pretty sure we do. Yes, right here. We do. Let's grab another export bus. Hydrochloric acid and nitric acid. And you don't need a circuit type. We'll throw in an acceleration card because we can. Oh wow, that's quick. That's really quick. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I wish there was a better way to get this ruthenium dust. That we can, like, actually do. I was like, sure, we could do it here. Aqua Regia and Sheldonite will go right to ruthenium. But at that point, we'll be so far past... Uh-oh. That makes me nervous. LV machine hull, rhodium plated. Ooh, okay. Why does it say we get ruthenium from you? Where do you come in? Tungsten steel, graphene, tungsten. I don't... Oh, maybe it's this. Rudite. Oh yeah, I think we were looking at that earlier. Rudite, yeah. Okay. So we're gonna need lots of that to get into LUV. That's brutal. LUVs. Wait a minute. Assembly line. So go through all that, but it needs the data stick. Oh, maybe... Maybe this is how you get it? You have to take an IV motor and a data stick? Until you can make one and research it? Maybe? I don't know. All I know is we're going to need a lot of this crap. And for now, we can't really get that until we get to this guy. Which... Yeah, that ain't happening anytime soon. How about you, chemical plant? Yeah, that's also not happening anytime soon. Okay. How do we make more hydrochloric acid? Why is there 64,000 buckets of air in the system? Somebody's doing some funky stuff. You guys are just chewing along. How much did I send that? 1,000 buckets. Oh, whoops. I forgot to switch him around. Okay. Hydrochloric acid. Hydrogen and chlorine. Propane and chlorine. Sulfuric acid and salt. Water and rock salt. What do we have for rock salt? Crushed rock salt ore. That sounds like a good person to go and check. Ore grinding. No. Or processing. Yes. So much reading. Yeah, that is an option. You could turn all this rock salt. But right now the best thing to do would be to put it into the ore processing factory, which guess what? We might have to start making a couple more of these guys. I'm starting to hit the point now where literally my entire life is dependent. And we're starting to get low on sulfuric. Well, we still have 1,100 buckets, but we are going to chew through that pretty quick. Let's grab a bucket of that. Unlock you, and we're going to throw you in there. Whoops. There. At least then we can keep a better idea. Keep better tabs on what it's actually doing. Man, we're completely out of lava. Which is fine. That'll free up the mixture for a bit. And kind of slow down the amount of molten ore mixture. That'll become dependent on the speed of the barrel, which is slow. Okay. Let's see, what else can we work on today? Everything's time consuming. Could make more chemical reactors, start dedicating them, like one is nitric acid, one is sulfuric acid, one for aqua regia. Could start doing that. Actually, no more, just sulfuric acid and nitric acid, because they can make it way cheaper than the base machines can. So I could do that, spend some time making some more large chemical reactors. I wouldn't mind that. Now we just do like this guy here, where that's his only job. That's all he does. He doesn't do anything else in life. I don't know. Could do that. Or we make more ore factories. Whoops. Probably want to make more ore factories. Clean stainless steel, is that? Yeah, that's what we're using here. So we might want to do that. And like, maybe starting on this side, like we'll move him from there to over here and just do a couple rows of them. That might not be the worst idea. We could make 3 more of them. Let's see. I think it takes... What's the block called? Let's just check it out. Let's do this. Ore processing factory. If I wanted to make 3 more of him. Yeah, let's do that. What are you still waiting on? Oh, Oh, you're probably sitting in an assembler that can't actually process you, aren't you? No. He's still going along. It must be this assembler? Because these guys have been sitting here trying to craft for a while now. Normal tungsten steel fluid pipe. That's what it's stuck on. And nope. Blue steel gear. Oh. Right there. Why did it only give it 3? What is wrong with you? That's a problem. You should be 4. Oh no. You're probably just an EV recipe. Let's double check that. HV, yes. Okay, so we need an extruder. Oh, that's an extractor. Extruder. And that's another normal pipe, which works out actually really good because he can sit there. Let's grab a pattern provider. We'll grab another cable because I have a spare slot right here for one more high voltage machine. So as soon as he's done crafting that, oh, looks like our processing plants are done. Let's craft 128 of you. And let's get you on 3 of those, because those take forever to craft. Nice, we'll let that go through. Here's our extruder. Let's throw him in there. Let's say you're my input. You're also allowed. Let's do that. And then blocking mode. And then we need, that's a redstone card, a crafting card, and a micro processing chip. Combine you with the crafting card as soon as it's done that. Come on, little bender. I know you can do it. Advanced alloy smelter. What are you working on? Must be something to do with these guys. They take a lot of... The big thing with these guys is these high voltage chips. Because it takes 6 of them per. But then I never have to deal with maintenance ever again. You should know about that recipe now, dude. You should be able to keep going. Or are we still waiting on that stupid normal fight? Where's the bender? Oh, he's busy. That's why. That crafting card's gonna be waiting a little bit. Okay, that's fine. How many do I need? 12, 24, 36. We have 23, so we need to make 13 more of those. Of the steel firebox casing. Which it actually doesn't even know how to make. Does now. Okay. No crafting CPUs available. Of course not. Oops. Let's go check on you. Yeah, you should know how to continue your job, dude. Like, why don't you know what to do? Normal pipe. Probably just have to cancel that. And restart him. Yeah, see, there we go. So I'm like, dude, you should know how to do your job. Like, come on. Making me look bad here. Please. Yeah, none of these guys need a circuit, so I don't actually need the circuit card in here. So that's fine. So he can sit and do his thing. Okay. And then, yeah. We'll just have to wait. Just have to wait a bit. Everything's backed up right now. I need like 10 crafting CPUs and way faster machines. Because this just cannot keep up. Okay. Now we've got a free crafting CPU. Okay. Steel firebox casings, where'd you go? 13 of these, please. Thank you, sir. How's power doing? Better go check on it. Oh, he's at 15 billion now, so he's doing fine. He's waiting on 2 more pipes. He's gonna be chewing along for a while. Like, you look back in here, these machines are all gonna get used, like the circuit assemblers and stuff, as he's making different circuits. Oop. So he's gonna be busy for a bit. Okay. Let's just grab those, and we're gonna throw them with the nuclear reactor stuff, just so it's all there and we know we've already made it. And he's chewing through... What else do we need for the ore processing factories? We're gonna need some muffler hatches. Please make 3 of those. And then we're gonna need our standard inputs and outputs. Steel pipe casings. He's almost done. How are we doing for stainless steel? We're doing fantastic for stainless steel. Don't need to worry about that. Okay. Let's take a nap. It's kind of the downside to this big bulk crafting. It's just a lot of waiting. We got 2 stacks of that, so we're good there. Probably want... Yeah, we're going to want 3 of those. Fluid outputs. Let's grab... Where's my screwdriver? There's my screwdriver. Let's turn these into inputs. 3 of them are going to get diluted for distilled water. 1 of them is going to get the hydrochloric acid. So he's fine being an LV input hatch. Then we want 6 buses made. Okay. We're still waiting on that. And then we need the solid machine casings, the muffler hatch. That's easy. It's already making that. I can't see any other machine that we need. Oops. Okay, it just finished crafting something. What was it? What did it finish crafting? I forget what it was. Auto maintenance steel, firebox casings. I have no idea what it just finished crafting. But that's okay. We'll figure it out when the time comes. Okay. Oh, the muffler hatches. That's what it was. Okay, we got our muffler hatches. He's working on our that. I guess everybody's waiting on plates. MPIC chips. He's should be available. Oh, he probably put it in here. Yeah. I keep forgetting I have to change this around. We have to actually put it in this cutter. But then we can put just a quick... Do I have a spare import bus? No. But we can grab him real quick. And then as soon as he's done, it'll get imported into the system. The system should be able to correlate with that. And then that'll be fine. That whole cleaning room is a nightmare. This whole thing needs to be redone. It drives me bananas. Okay, that's one of our maintenance hatches done. He's just about done. Oh, there's the second maintenance hatch. That's great. Oh, there's the third one. Perfect. Okay, we're good on that side of things. What else do we need? Right, the buses. We need 6 of those. So he can go. I don't think most of our machines need more than HV at this point. I think any machine that's not running HV, I can probably upgrade. But after that point, all it does is just make the buses bigger. I think after that, the only benefit is for certain multi-blocks that support parallelization, that we put parallel buses in them. So they can do multiple recipes in tandem. But that's a wait and do it later problem. Okay. Need to see... machine memory card. No, I don't care. Memory card. Oh my god. Oh, that's just coloring. Let's see if we can make a memory card real quick here. Knows how to make everything, and you're just regular ass crafting. Okay, that's perfect. Oops. Memory card. Please make me one of those. I want to see if it can remember this. Okay, so we shift right click, copy current device configuration. Okay, perfect. And then all we need to do is just teach that. Okay, let's take all of this off. I'm gonna clear out his internal buffer. And then he should shut down pretty quick. Yep, he sure did. Let's grab all that. Grab that. Grab that. We are going to need a bigger energy converter. Lots of 4 amp. 4 812s. Yeah, this should work. Let's do that guy. We'll throw that in there. And then we can start tearing him down. Ooh. Our bus is just finished. Works out great. Stainless steel gearbox casings. So we need 12 of those. Stainless steel. Please make 12. As well as steel pipe casing. That's 5. There's 5 in there. I need 12 of those. So I need to make 7. It's going to craft 8, but that's fine. Okay, let's grab you. And then the other thing is the solid steel machine casing. Ah, steel again. Oh my goodness. Did I have the forethought? Oh, I did. I had the forethought. Let's throw all that crap in there. Okay. And let's make sure I continue that forethought. Get it smelting another stack so when we inevitably run out of steel again. Okay. We need you. Please make 12 of those. Retry. Of course. Probably get that same stupid glitch that's always plaguing my life. It can't seem to grab the stupid hammers out of there. It's like they need some durability. I have not been able to figure out this NBT tag problem. Let's see if maybe that'll work. One. Okay, now it's got one that we can take in and out. Okay. So now if I say make 12. Yep, now it's good. See what I mean? Like, it's the weirdest thing. It's like if two hammers within the system have the same durability, then it can't distinguish between the two of them and doesn't know what to do with it. Okay, should probably get you making nitric acid again. Sulfuric acid is getting low. Honestly, we could probably tell this mixer, please pause. Okay, there's all that. There's all that. Hey, we're getting close. Oops, I need my screwdriver. Where's my screwdriver? We'll just leave that in there. That's fine. Definitely going to need more Enderium wire. Probably want more acceleration cards. Where'd those go? Right there. Okay. I think I had some in here. Yep. Let's just make some more. Let's make 9 of those. So I'll have 12 total. Now we can kind of pick and choose how we want to use them, where we want to send them. This, that, and the other thing. Okay. So, what we'll do... Oops. I need those, and I need those, and I need that. Okay, where do we want this first one to go? I'm kind of wanting to stuff them in with these machines, but I want to leave a 3-block gap. These things are 5 wide. Probably put him there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's break that. And then you can plop down the first one. Let's grab the maintenance hatch. I don't want you putting that down. That's going to go right here. Okay, so technically, will it form the multi-block? It will. It just has no inputs and outputs right now. And we'll do all of that in the back here, probably with these 3 blocks. So we'll say LV input, input, output. Boom. Okay, so now at this point, we can actually start replicating 2. Oh, yeah, and he's still working on the remainder of those guys. So that's fine. That's fine. Let's grab our auto maintenance hatches. Put you there, put you there, put you there. You, and you. Let's do you, and you. You. Perfect. Okay. So at this point... Oh yeah, we also want the 4 amp energy hatches. Those we could probably just put here. Yeah, he was happy with that. We're going to wall share. So this multi-block and this multi-block will share this wall because they're both using the exact same combination of blocks. And they didn't say in the tooltip that they couldn't do wall sharing. And then it put the muffler hatch in. What are you waiting on? Available. Stainless steel firebox. It's probably going to tell me something stupid like, oh, this thing's a high voltage. You can't do that. Okay, where's that assembler? Oh, that's the ME assembler. He's back here. There's that assembler. Black steel. No. Steel frame. Everything. Him. Are you my problem? No. You don't seem to be the problem. Steel plates, steel ingot, or steel rods, and steel frame. Is it one of my extruders? No. Gear. Normal pipe, circuit, small gear, rod. There's the steel rods. It's made steel rods many times before. In fact, it's made everything many times before. I can't honestly tell what it's stuck on. Let's just cancel it. Steel frame, steel rod. Black steel, steel plates, steel frames. What was your issue then? How many did I need? Let's look at the complete box. Yeah, because there's just stainless steel on the floor. Stainless steel firebox casings. I need 4 of them. Because it's definitely made those before. Where's the actual pattern for making them? Because it could be a problem with the assembler up here. No, he doesn't have that. Oh, wait a minute. Stainless steel. Input, output. Do not push. You have power. What if I put a barrel there? It would shove the recipes in there. No, it won't. More contents? No, you don't care. What is your deal, buddy? You have that. Oh, maybe that's the problem. That's a crafting pattern. Now, do you know how to make it? Well, that one we might have to cancel. Okay, please make 4. Yeah, that was the problem. Helps when you put the right pattern in the right machine. The worst part is it tells you, like, no real good information on for diagnostics. Like, it won't say, hey, I'm waiting on this particular thing. Okay. So now we should be able to go with the terminal. Pop you in. You in. You in. What on earth could they be missing? Just not wanting to place certain stainless steel. Okay. We now have... Yeah, because that made 1 extra that we didn't need. We're literally... Yeah, we used almost 2 stacks. Whoops. Let's put all my tools back. Okay. Now we need some imports. Let's grab some of those. Some exports. Let's let them work on that for a bit. And in the meantime, let's set up power. Let's grab our wire cutters. Snip. Okay, that's everybody connected. Here's the center point. Let's throw you on there. Grab a wrench. Let's rotate you. Let's grab our flux point. Okay. Everybody's got power. We look at him. Yep. He can use up to IV level power, but he can only do EV level recipes, but that's fine because it's a quad input, like a 4 amp energy input. It's actually the equivalency of like quad overclocking instead of just dual, so he can run 4 recipes in parallel rather than just doing one 4 times faster than normal. So it ends up being 3.5 times faster than the original. Okay. So now let's do some nice cabling, I guess. Doesn't hurt. We'll just have to figure out where our nearest cable is. But I'm sure it's around. Yep, it's right there. Let's grab those. We've already got some cable here. Okay, that'll get all that. So now he's got power, and now we just need to start doing data. Okay, so next is... Yeah, I think it's sodium persulfate in the ore processing. So these are going to be our 9 ores. Or I guess our 9 pages of ores. Pitch blend, yeah. So if we have any of these in a crushed variant, I think, yeah, boronite's one of them. So now we can actually start processing him down to get pyrite, cobalt, boronite, which then we can start turning into some other materials. Okay. So that's the red is our outputs. That's easy. An 8. Okay. So you should be items. You are fluid. Alright, distilled water. Distilled water. Distilled water. And then the sodium persulfate. Then we're going to manually click and drag all of these jerk-offs over here. Pink, green, blue, molybdenite. There. So he's getting our tantalite ore, which then turns into tantalite, which then we can start getting down into all the other shiznit. Bauxite. I think right now bauxite we're doing this way. So we're going to reduce the amount of rutile, but we're going to drastically increase our throughput. Okay, where's my memory card? Okay. So now these guys, we should be able to do that, that, and that. And that should start kicking up everybody. And they'll be slow initially, but they'll eventually catch up. Oops. Oh, man. That's going to be some serious power. We might not even be able to afford having these guys running. Okay, it looks like all 4 are now running at full jam. Yeah, it's only like 122,000 RF per tick. Let's go see how's the power doing. Not good. We have 17 billion RF before we have to figure out a solution. And I know what that solution is gonna be. It's gonna be pausing him on that, because we have a fair bit of that. We're gonna have to get him back on sulfuric acid. Benzene. All these distillation towers are giving out their all. Okay. Yeah, that's going to eventually become a problem, but oh well. Benzene. What's a good way of getting that? We are getting it through this process. Same with the wood tar. We could bump that up. We just need more wood tar. So we might have to get you running. Charcoal byproducts. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to get you running faster. Which is fine. But I think what we need to do is make 2 more you. So that'll give us another 100,000 RF per tick. Yep, I like that. But in the meantime, now that these guys are all running, that should start drastically chewing through our huge amounts of stuff. Okay, let's check here. Can we support 2 more? 16, 12. Technically, no. We'd have to switch him to a 64 amp. Which is fine. We could do that. We could just borrow this one. Yeah, let's just borrow this one. That's fine. Let's grab our rubber mallet. There. So now we can start running those. Because quite frankly, this guy, we don't really utilize his power properly. In... No. Out. We want him to take power out. There we go. Okay. So I need 2 of you. 2 of you. Let's go see how much steam turbine. 28 blocks per. So we need 56. Okay. And then I think we need gearbox. We need 4 of those. And then that's about all we can do at the moment. But eventually we're going to need maintenance hatches, muffler hatches. Rotor holders. Dynamo hatches. All the normal stuff. We're going to have to get all of that stuff. So we'll just have to let those guys craft for a little while. Hopefully it won't take too long. Let's sleep again so our solar panels kick back in. We should be able to keep up and support our loss of power. Actually, right now it's actually doing not too bad. It's kind of hovering in and around. It's once those guys kick in that we have like a big problem. Okay. Should switch you. Nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen. Let's grab some drums. Clear you out. Clear you out. Clear you out. Let's grab water, which we have infinite amount, and sulfur dust. Sulfur dust and water. I'll let him run. And now he's making our sulfuric acid. Okay. So we'll get our sulfuric acid caught up. Let the nitric acid kind of sit and do its thing for a little bit because he's got 1,700 buckets of it. So he's good. I think our macerator isn't too busy at the moment, so let's give him some gravel. We'll get him going on that for a bit because we're getting low on stone dust. So we'll let that kind of catch up for a little bit. That won't be too bad. And then we're going to have to figure out how to get more benzene. He seems to be doing pretty good for creating charcoal byproducts. So we might just have to speed up our distillation towers a bit. I wonder if I can just sneak on this one here. This second energy hatch. If I put him right here, he'll form. And then we can grab some aluminum wire. It takes power to make power. Let's grab our wire cutters. There you are. Let's connect you. So now you should be able to chew through that a lot quicker. And then he'll need an acceleration card or 2 so he can keep up. 1 should be fine. But now, yeah, see, he can do that much faster, which is great, because then these guys can get to their jobs a lot quicker. Let's give them each an acceleration card in case they start getting backed up. There we go. So as long as these outputs, which so far, yep, they're keeping up perfectly fine. So that'll let us process our charcoal byproducts much faster. And if we have to, we can speed up the Pyroloise oven again and put in the 4 amp energy hatch to speed him up. We're going to get a lot of charcoal, but at this point in time, like, we make oak logs for free. And we can make a lot of them, too, because we have lots of essence backed up. So hopefully, we'll keep an eye on that. So we'll call it $28.99. So we'll check that a little bit later and see if maybe he can keep up and start profiting more benzene. And if he can, then we can start using more nitrobenzene on the 2 new steam turbines. Okay, so throw all that in there. Right now he seems to be kind of sitting idle. The other distillation tower that might need it is this one here. Process the heavy oil, because I don't know how backed up these guys are. Yeah, they're not. And I don't think these guys are either. Yeah, they're not. Light fuel, heavy fuel is fine. Refinery gas. Refinery gas. Yeah, he could use an energy hatch. Break him real quick. Throw him in there. We'll just bring these guys around real quick here. There. That should let him process things much faster now. Which means he might also need an acceleration card. Let's see. Oh no, he's only doing 100 millibuckets at a time. That's fine, that's fine. And that'll give us the different sulfuric gases. And then I snap the light fuel, heavy fuel, and refinery gas. Where are we getting those? Whoops. That's the machines up here. These guys over here might be... Where are they? Okay. Those guys are done. Sulfuric acid, salts, sulfur gas. Yeah, these guys will probably end up being the next bottleneck. But that's okay. Whoa. Let's get another super tank going. I can't believe that's full of nitrogen. That's crazy. $19.04 and we were at $18.99. So it is going up. It is going up. Happy about that. So we should be able to support our other steam turbines. Happy about that. You're scheduled, you're all available. It's just making that right now. Okay, we need it. Finish the tank. Let's get it on 2 muffler hatches and 2 maintenance hatches. Silver ingots. Let's just smelt up a bunch of those real quick there. That's easy for us to do. Certain things I don't mind doing manually, just because I know I can do it way faster than any machine can. So let's just get that going. Would that finish? Kate? Oh, it didn't finish that. Finish the muffler hatches. Kate, those are good. Let's run upstairs. Okay. There's the turbine. There's those guys. Okay. What else do we need? We need the dynamo. 16 amps. Let's grab 2 of those. Let's... I don't think it's going to use the cutter at the moment. Oh, it will. Okay, so we can't interrupt it. I was just thinking there's a quick way for me to fix that problem. Okay, so... Oh, did it finish the maintenance hatches? Didn't even make the maintenance hatches. Right, because the silver. Let's go pick that up. That should all be done now. Yep, sure is. Okay. You can start on my 2 maintenance hatches. That's perfect. Throw that in there. Then we can start... Oh, we can tell it to make the rotor holders as well. Please make 2 of those. Ultimate. Do you need... Yeah, you want helium. That's fine. Okay, you work on that. Actually, we can... I don't know if these things can do wall sharing. Doesn't... I've never seen photos of people doing these things with wall sharing, so I'm not going to. I don't think they can. Oh, I would have been real sad if that fell. I forgot my magnet was off. Let's put everybody there. Let's grab you, put you there. You there. You there. Muffler hatches go here. And here. We need these guys. Let's make 2 of those. Okay, he's going to be stuck on the cutter problem. Let's take him, throw him in there. And we'll just take the drum. Throw that in there. Okay. so assertive. It kind of just like, hey, I'm putting my stuff in there right now. Okay. Okay. Let's run our cable up. Okay. Those cables are ready. I think on this side it's just that. 4, 5, 6. Okay. So there's just a couple things that we're waiting for. So let's get the Inderium wire prepped and ready. There's our dynamo hatches. Let's put those there. Grab our wire cutters so we're ready to go. That's what's sticking out. Okay, those are ready. Put our dynamo hatches. And it's... Oh, I just saw it. There's our maintenance hatches. One there, one there. Okay, now can you make the rotor holders? You can. Okay, we had enough. We made enough of the ultimate ingots that it can now start on the rotor holders. Okay, there's those. Let's grab the screwdriver. Let's switch those to input. Let's go talk to him for a quick sec. Export bus. Let's make 2 of those. And we'll just make 10 of those. That's fine. Input hatch, boom. Input hatch, boom. Nitrobenzene. Nitrobenzene. So we're just waiting on the rotor holders and the acceleration cards, but he'll start pre-filling that up. I don't think we need that many acceleration cards. Yeah, in fact, we only need 1 per. So we actually didn't even need those. And once we get the rotor holders, we can throw these 2 rotors in there. And then once all 4 of these rotors burn up, then we'll switch over to the other ones. And yes, I put these blocks here just to guide the smokes. These were driving me nuts because all the smoke would come into a big array around the steam engines. Drove me nutter butters. Okay, here's you. And now we can't reach in there anymore. And then once he's done that one, should be like any moment now. He'll start increasing on his power. And it'll start bumping up. See, and it grays it out. Now I can't grab it out because the rotor's spinning. Okay. So eventually we'll come back and this should be around 196,000 RF per tick. It just won't happen right away because we have to wait for, you can see the RPM's low. So we have to wait for the RPM to get back up before these guys will start making their full, like 12,888 or 12,288. And then, yeah, once the rotor durability is at 0% on all of these guys, then we'll switch over to the better rotors. Let's grab some cobblestone. I don't like that. Oh, in fact, it might be okay with 1. Nope, needs 2. There. Everybody's happy. All the smoke lines are going straight up. We are definitely making a lot of pollution on this little island. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Pretty good. I wonder why his are... Oh, he's the other one. Yeah, these guys are the ones that are at 6,000. So if we go look... Yeah, see, we're already kind of blinking a little bit towards that 120 mark. But they'll level themselves out once everybody's caught up. He's at 10 amps, and that's 2 of the 3 EBFs running. Okay. Happy with that. But now that we're done crafting, what I'm going to do is this recipe. I'm actually going to switch over here. Let's grab a pattern. Thank you. And we're going to go to him. We're going to say, you can auto output and accept in that one. You and you. Okay. That should fix up that problem. Okay, how are these guys doing? You've already switched to towpath. You got through all of the... Wow, they got through all of the appetite. And it's going to chew through the topaz in no time. Oh, that makes me happy. So there was a huge hit on the nitrobenzene because these guys have a fairly big internal buffer. So there's a big hit. So now it's a matter of, let's see where it's... Let's call it 2810. 2810, because it's still got to make a little bit to catch back up. Oh, maybe not. Let's give it a sec. It's chewing through a fair bit. But you can see it's starting to come back up. Okay, we'll say 2800. He's starting to back up because he's been just chewing through gravel for stone dust. We could probably turn off gravel now. Okay. So yeah, we'll call it 2800. Like right on the dot. For the benzene. And we'll just see where our levels go from 2800. Diamonds are fine. Stone dust is fine. Everybody's fine on that front. Charcoal byproducts. Let's grab a slab. Okay. He's still making blackstone. I don't even think I'm processing crushed blackstone. Sand, sand, dust, sand, sand. Yeah. I think we could probably turn him off, honestly. Let's grab my silk touch pickaxe. Okay. Let's grab a couple slabs. I mostly say that because right now we have, yeah, 262,000 crushed blackstone. And I genuinely don't think we're actually utilizing it for anything. Oops. Oops. Throw all that crap in there. That's all good. What is that item pipe going to down below? Right, you're making obsidian. That's why we've got like 100,000 obsidian. All going into a drawer? It is. Look at that. Okay. Let's sort our barrel. Glowstone. What is glowstone doing in here? Okay. It's gonna clean that up. Platinum group sludge. Wow, that made a ton of that. Isn't that what you no, you're working on that. Where was that getting made? Somewhere down here. Oh, that's where the platinum group sludge is getting used up. I think it's up here. Inert metal mixture. You. Well, that's carbon dust. You're the inert metal mixture. Where are we sending all that? Oops. I know it's around here somewhere. Nope. Oh, right here. Nitric acid. Ah. Looks like you could use a little bit of help. And it's probably not using very much nitric acid. Yeah, isn't it like 100 millibuckets each time? And I prepped a lot, all this purified pentlandite specifically for the platinum stuff. So I don't mind using it up. I don't think pentlandite itself. Garnerite, which is nickel. Yeah, like pentlandite itself doesn't really do a whole lot for me. Yeah, I remember trying to decide all this for a while. Should go up here. Yeah, you know what? 5. Let's... These 5 specifically, let's not let our EBF do that one, because it gets lesser results. This one right here. So we want sheldonite. Gone. Pitch blend. Gone. Bastonite. Gone. Tungstate. Gone. And molybdenite. Gone. Okay. He can work on the rest. That's fine. I just don't want him doing those 5 specifically, because those 5 specifically come from the molten ore metals. These guys right here. And a couple other ones. I don't want him working on those because, like the molybdenite, I want it going through the process that I set up upstairs, because that's what's going to get me a higher yield of the actual molybdenum stuff itself, which then I can also use the molybdenite to get more of it. Because now we can take that, throw the molybdenite through an electrolyzer and get molybdenum, which we're always using a crap ton of that. Yeah, that's looking good. I'm happy about that. What are you working on? Still going through the blue topaz. What am I even going to use all that topaz for? Like blue and aluminum. Silicon. I mean, I guess I could turn it into aluminum. How about regular topaz? I think I was turning that into aluminum for a while. Oh, whatever. Wonder if I can... So the regular... Okay, that comes from the rock filtrator doing sand. Mosinite, spespertine. Or I can just have it focus on... Oh, I don't like that. Because I kind of want the spespertine. I remember... Oops. Spespertine turns into something else that I need. Manganese. Yeah. Okay. So he's still going through. He's chugging along strong. How is this doing? Yeah, 196,000 RF per tick. So that's pretty good. You're definitely not getting enough benzene. Dimethylbenzene. What's another good way we can get benzene? Let's just look through. You get it through 10. That's a 10 to 4. Wood tar. We're already producing it like 5 or 6 different ways right now. Bacteria harvesting. I'd love to get into that. Because then we can get... tons of that. How do we get this dust? How do we make it? Oh, that's how we're gonna get the EBC. So yeah, benzene is definitely gonna be something we're gonna have to spend a good amount of time on. So we might have to really step up our wood tar production. Just to really get more of it. Because we're not looking too hot. Like 2750, that's getting low. We're also starting to run out of heavy oil, which is going to shut down our whole frickin' production. We might have to make a couple pyrolysis ovens. Because then he can start making heavy oil. Let's see. Pyro. Really? Never taught you how to make a pyrolysis oven. That's kind of crazy. You're just a regular crafting recipe. We have to put you in the wire mill. Sodium bisulfate dust. Why did I have that? Okay, I think we make 3 of these guys. Yeah. We're gonna change some stuff around. Let's get you on that. copper nickel coil blocks. Let's start figuring out how many copper nickel coil blocks we're gonna need. Because I'm assuming we can do wall sharing. $30. Sure, it's all cheap materials. Machine casings. And that's all ULV. That should be all just wrought iron. That should be really cheap. That one I'm kind of surprised. I didn't know how to make wrought iron sheets. Eh, whatever. Put you in there. ULV. Ooh, somebody doesn't have a program circuit. I bet you it's the assembler. Uh-oh. Are we exceeding the amperage of this wire? Oh, we sure are. That's fine. Alright, that should help take off some of the stress from that guy. Actually, what I'm gonna do right now is that. He was running everything over here fine. Yeah, 11 amps. Yeah, now we're fine. I just don't want the wires burning up. There. That'll keep all of those guys nice and happy. Okay, there's our pyrolysis ovens. The ULV. That's probably the assembler. Microprocessor. Let's grab another one of those. And that... I think that assembler is right here. No. Oh, I know why. Think... Yeah, you need to go into the assembler. Okay, now. Yep, now you can do your job. Perfect. Okay. Hatches. I want EV 4 amps. Please make 4 of those. Let's grab some coins here, because these don't need a lot. And these coins are not doing me any favor. Let's buy this. Input, item input, fluid output. There. Still have over 100 coins. Think we're okay. Okay, those guys can all sit there and work on their shiznit. We don't need you anymore. Because you're just doing the same damn job this one's doing. But we're going to actually shut all of you down. Because I never used that out. That one. Okay. Let's grab all of this crap. Let's grab you. Grab you. Looks like we need some mufflers. No crafting CPUs available. Of course not. Actually, you can stay there. That's fine. Okay. So that's item input near fluid item. Okay. Let's see that. Let's put you gentlemen down. Let's do you. So I think at this point, actually now we can do the mufflers. Let's just make 4 of those. We'll retire him. He did a good job. I like it. I like it. Yeah, and then we'll get 2 of them doing heavy oil, 2 of them doing the charcoal byproducts. That should work out pretty good. Let's start throwing all this stuff in. Definitely don't think we needed that many, but that's okay. In fact, we really didn't need that many, but... well, whatever. We need over the muffler hatches. Okay. I could probably melt those down into the wrought iron. Yeah, I can get my wrought iron back out of them, so I'm not that worried. Okay. So to be wood in, there's our muffler hatches. Great. So, whoops. Break you. What are you missing? Pyrolysis oven. Super nickel coil blocks. You got your muffler maintenance hatch. Oh, you still need your energy hatch. Right, that goes here. It's still chugging away at doing that and that. Ah, good old Greg Tech. Let's get you converter. No, I'm going to need a bigger one than that. Yeah, we need a 16 amp. Let's grab all of you. That works. That works. Oops. Let's grab you. Clip. Clip all that in. And then we'll pop that up there. That's where our converter is going to be, so our flex point can go there. These guys can all go put away. I don't need them anymore. The copper nickel coil blocks are going to take a while because it takes a while to make all that. I don't think we need any more input and output buses. We can put the muffler hatches in. Okay. And then, yeah, it's just the Cupernickel coil blocks. Every coil after Canthal increases speed by 50%. But you ain't getting Canthal because we can't afford that. I don't think. I have 26 here. What did it take to make that? Liquid copper, Canthal wire. What do we have for Canthal? Oh. Let's do that instead. Let's grab some cobblestone. We'll build out the structure. Okay. We need 46, so we need to make 20 more. Yeah, let's go teach it how to make these ones. So you in there. And you in there. There. He can work on 20 of those instead. I don't know what I'm going to do with these Cupernickel ones, but whatever. Can scrap them down, I guess, or something. I don't know. We'll figure out something. There's our energy hatches. That'll be 16 amps total, which will perfectly match up with our 16 amp converter that I just requested. I guess we can, while we're waiting, let's do import. Need 3 of those. And 4 of those. We'll get those guys going. And then that'll work out good. Once those are made... Man, it's almost making... Oh, man, I really wish I didn't. Because that's going to speed these guys way up. And we can produce wood fairly quickly. There we go. Okay, that's the input. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All of these guys are going to be oak wood. 3 and 4. All of you. That's fluid. And then we'll just bring him up. And over here. That works. Okay. I got 4 acceleration cards, so you 4 are all going to get it. In fact, we're going to put 1 on each of you, too. I almost guarantee you're going to also bottleneck. Okay. And you can see how fast it's bringing the wood levels up. So in fact, why don't we go just take a quick peek at him? Essence burning. Probably just give him a single acceleration card. Actually, whoops. Maybe not, because that's going to throw our numbers way out of whack. Because, yeah, now he's got 2 stacks of that to process. Should have left well enough alone. Okay, Cantal. Let's do floor. Nice and easy. Let's disable. And another floor. And that should be 4 Pyrolois ovens. Okay. So we want charcoal byproducts, which also needs nitrogen. Actually, that's fine. Put him right there. Bus. Item. No, we need hatch. Fluid input. Those guys can share their fluid input. And then to make the charcoal byproducts, you each need to be set to 4. 4. And 4. We'll grab another export bus. Nitrogen. I'm going to give you an acceleration card. And you can go there. And we'll break you. In fact, we're going to break you and you. Because you are probably also going to need one. Okay, so that's charcoal byproducts. Now, how about heavy oil? Pyrolois oven, you just need to be set to circuit type 3 and you don't care. Okay, that's easy. Circuit type 3. Circuit type 3. Actually, let's pick you up. Let's grab 16 amp converter. We'll just plop him down right there. Put that back. Grab that. Grab that wrench. Whoops. Flip him around. Okay. So these 2 guys will share that input. These guys don't need it. So, in theory, all 4 of you should light up. No. Okay. You've got wood, you got circuit type 4, you've got nitrogen. What is your deal? You've got fluid output. Burnable log, and then blah, 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 charcoal. Oh. It's heavy oil. They all need item outputs. Mm-hmm. now everybody's happy. He's going to make ashes. He's going to make charcoal. He's going to produce a crap ton of charcoal byproducts. And how is wood? Wood seems to be going fine. It's drastically dropping fast. Oh, it's because he's not even running. Okay, we'll see how he's gonna do. I think he'll be able to keep up, because I think one essence turns into like 4 or 32 logs, I think. So he should have no problem keeping up. Well, we'll check on that in a bit. Okay, let's check on some other things. Nitrobenzene, of course you're a problem. You can't produce it fast enough. Why not? What's wrong with you? Distilled water. The heck, man? I'm making enough distilled water again. Seriously? Can we make a distillery? Can I make an advanced one? Nichrome. You're crafting, you can go in there. You have to go into the assembler, I believe. No, the bender. Bender, and then your long rod extruder. I think 2 of you. Yeah, and I know where the distilled water is going. Like, we're not doing too bad. We like... Let's see. Heavy oil should start going up, because we should definitely be making that faster. You jackasses are still chugging along making your ethanol. Okay, that's fine. These monitors are great. We're gonna make more of them. Three, 4, 5, 6. Because now I want heavy oil. Okay. Heavy oil. We'll lock him. And then these guys can kind of be whatever they want. These monitors are definitely the greatest thing ever. Because now I can just literally sit here, watch all of my screens. And just sit and watch. It's nice to see sulfuric acid's catching back up. Right in the time for me to start considering switching it over to nitric acid. I'm definitely going to make some more of the large chemical reactors and just start setting them up dedicated to their different jobs. How's everybody over here? Still making power? Still making power. Good. How is power? 20 billion. That's sitting real good. Okay. Well, I'm starting to get to the point where I'm kind of ready to go. Gotta go to the bathroom, and we're kind of hitting the end here. So let's take a couple minutes. Let's prep some distilleries. Real quick here. Let's grab another export. I'll just tell you water and circuit type 1. Oops. Water. Water. Circuit type 1. Kinda, what do you, universal pipe. There. And these guys can just chug along, do their thing. Hopefully that'll get us caught up on distilled water. I hope. I'm not too confident at the moment, but... Wonder who might have a bucket of distilled water that I can nab. You sure don't. You do. Oh, you did. How are you? Nope. You're fine on sodium persulfate. Oh, I bet you... Yeah. He's got one. Okay. Now there's our distilled water numbers. Basically 0. Which is crazy. It's like we have infinite water. It's these guys out here. That's the problem. I think we're gonna have to make a large distillery. Is that what it is? The large fractioning distillery? Yeah, I don't want a distillation tower. Definitely can't make him. Iridium, IV. Probably make everything watertight. Watertight casings. Watertight. Watertight steel. Ooh, that doesn't sound very fun. What? Ah. We need big boy alloy smelter mixing all this crap up to make it so that's not happening anytime. There's no, like, large... Sieve... Large... Yeah. Nope. You just have to make a bunch of distilleries. Are you guys, like, keeping up at all? No. It's enough to keep them running. At least. So, yeah. I guess they'll just have to keep running. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. We got those guys running, these guys running, and I think there might be another couple distilleries going. I can't remember. But I'm going to have to go. I have to go to the bathroom. And it's a good time to wrap up the stream. We're just hit just over the 3-hour mark. So I think we made some good progress today. Today was kind of just a general around the base, doing some work. That's how it's going to be for the next little bit. We can't really progress until we get through and start really working on some of these background tasks. So that'll be our streams for the next little bit here, but we'll keep working at it, and before you know it, we'll be working into IV power and starting to get into more and more extreme machines. I'm definitely excited about it, but other than that, that's about it for me for today. So hope you guys have a great day, and we'll chat with you guys later. Have a good one.